So ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Roma Theory, yet another match preview. The rate of these games is insanely weird. I swear we went live for the Monza match preview 2 days ago. We're back playing on Saturday against Inter Milan. Match preview today, predicted 11. We're going to speak about them, we're going to speak about us. Where do we even start? Right, let's start with them. We have a team which is playing great in these past few games. It feels like they got the rhythm back going. They scored 6 past Verona. They scored 3 past Lazio, who had one of the best defenses in Europe. Inter look like they're back. In fact, Inter are officially back. They're in the top 4. They're currently 4th, 2 points from Milan, Atalanta, and Roma, who are all at 58 points. It looks like they're back, and we can't really say anything, especially because you compare the 2 squad depths right now, and it's insanely wrong. Inter have a choice between Lukaku, Lautaro, and Dzeko, and we're unfortunately fixed with Tammy Abraham up front because everybody is bloody injured. I mean, it's gonna be one of those games which, on paper, they're the favorites, and at the same time, the only way we can pull something from this game is if we want it more than them. Because if we leave our performance to balance it out against them, they are superior than us on every single front. You know, just to update you guys on the injury situation. For Inter Milan, we don't have Cilic, who's suspended. We don't have Smalling, who's injured. Gini and Dybala are back but won't play this game. El Shaarawy is injured. Belotti is injured. Llorente is injured. Kumbula is injured. I don't know how. It's impossible for me to just think and find a solution of how, just how we'll approach this game. Inter are back, and they're better than us. They're superior than us. But I think there's a slight chance that they would underestimate, as Roger's saying in the chat. I have a feeling the fact that they've got the Milan Champions League game on Tuesday gives us little hope. Because they want to win this game. Because if they win this game, they're going to get top 4. And therefore, maybe this 6-0 against Verona kind of makes them go, right, we beat 6-0 Verona. We're currently alone sitting in the 4th position. Let's spice things up a bit, and let's change a few players, and let's preserve them for the Milan game. That could happen. I'm not saying that will happen, but that could happen. You know, Inter a few weeks ago was a bang average side. They lost a lot of points with little teams, especially before Champions League nights. They're playing Milan in a Champions League semi-final derby, a game which they will never want to lose. They could underestimate us, especially they could prepare a little turnover. It is true, we have Leverkusen on Thursday, but one thing is playing on Tuesday, one thing is playing on Thursday. You know, two days difference makes a lot of difference, especially if you're a team like Roma who's submerged by the injury crisis. I think this is the last call. I think this is the last chance for our top 4 hopes via the league. I think it's our last chance, and if we lose this game, then I think we should go all in Europa League, because we've lost too many points due to injuries, due to the team not being ready and being tired at this stage of the season. Especially, you look back at yesterday's game and you're like, it's not yesterday's game which hurts. It's the points we lost against Cremonese, or the points we lost against Sassuolo, or even the 2 points we lost against Milan last weekend. It's those performances which make you want to go, why couldn't we just get 3 points from those games? and we didn't get 3 points from those games, that is where you look back at the end of the season and go, damn it, damn it. The power of underestimating football games has cost us a lot. And because yesterday's game, I was never predicting a win. You look at the injuries, you look at the fatigue, and I personally think a draw, considering all of these things, is perfectly fine for a team like Monza, who was living one of the best moments before that game. It's those defeats which make you look back at the season. This is the last cup. We've got 5 game weeks left in the Serie A starting on Saturday. This is our last cup. The Champions League train is diverging away from us. And if we want one last chance to try and get into it, we got to win on Saturday. A win on Saturday would reopen everything. A draw on Saturday would keep the fight going. But again, then we got to consider that we're playing Europa League. So it's you mix all of the fatigue. We're going to lose points against Bologna because it's in between the 2 games against Leverkusen. A draw would kind of be useless. A defeat completely cuts out Champions League. We are 34 game weeks into the season. We've kept the fight going for a long time, but we've come to that stage, to that point, I should say, where Saturday is the last call. And look, I'm someone who has believed in top 4 even when we lost, even the minute after we lost the derby. And if you've been a long time subscriber throughout this entire season, you will remember that. Since every game week, even after every defeat, I was always like, believe in top 4 until the very end. And that does not change. I'm always like that. I think we should believe, because the fact that everyone is so close together, we should believe to try and get top 4 until the very last whistle. But I'm also the first one to say that if we don't win on Saturday, we got to go all in Europa League. And then if we go all in Europa League and lose, it wouldn't be great. It would kind of change the dynamics of the season a bit. But look, I mean, we've spoken about them. They've got very interesting players. They've got a massive midfield: Barella, Brozovic, Çalhanoğlu, Mkhitaryan. The question is, will they all play in this game? Speaking about us, there is no need. You see, normally I talk about how we reach this game. The answer is very simple. The answer is very, very simple. We get to this game on a very low note. We get to this game on a very bad note, because you look at the amount of injuries we have, the players are tired, it's always the same players starting. We are not the favourites in this game. I think this game will all depend on who wants the 3 points more. Because if this team wants the 3 points, we've seen it against anyone this season, we can easily get the 3 points. But due to the injuries, due to the tiredness, will we want those 3 points? It's a matter of... Because the thing is, we're not coming on a great note. But there is always a chance in this sport. And people ask me, do you believe in this team? That's the easiest question which I always get asked. Do you believe in these players? Do you think these players are average players? Are they good players? The answer is, I believe in this team. I've always believed in this team. I have faith in these players. I've always had faith in these players. I've seen these bunch of players win, and I've seen these bunch of players lose. I've seen this team lose 7-1 to Bayern Munich. I've seen this team lose 6-1 to Bodo Glimt. I've seen this team win 3-0 against Barcelona to qualify in a semi-final of the Champions League. I've seen the fans immaculate these players, and I've seen the fans hating on these players. I've seen the media call us anti-football. I've gone through it all. And I'm young. I'm 17 years old. There are going to be older people in this live stream. There are going to be younger people in this live stream. And always remember, especially for the younger subscribers, always remember, essere romanisti è una sofferenza. Essere romanisti è una sofferenza. I'm addicted to this team at the end of the day. I really am. I'm addicted to this team. People are addicted to cigarettes. People are addicted to alcohol. I'm addicted to this team. My mood depends on this team. My mood depends on the results of this team. My brain cells have adapted in such a way that makes this team one of the most important things in my life. I care about these players. And nobody can change this. And to be fair, I wouldn't change this for anything. You know, with all of these injuries, with all of these nightmares, I am feeling a bad feeling that this season could turn into a failure. I'm the first one to feel that. But that is just a feeling. That is not reality. You gotta kick this feeling away from you. Because this team has shown us that when they fight and they want it, they can absolutely get it. You know, from now on until the 4th of June, which is that last game week of the season, we are going to fight. And that's a statement. That's a bold statement. From now until the 4th of June, I myself am going to be even more dedicated to support these players and just to be closer to this team. Because these players deserve it. If it means, you know, arriving at the stadium 20 minutes earlier to sing and kind of incitate them during the training ground, I'll do that. If it means leaving the stadium 15 minutes after to applaud the team after a win, a draw or a defeat, I'll do it. If it means being stuck in traffic for 1 hour after the stadium, I'll do it. And even for the foreign fans, even spending 20 minutes after a game listening to post-match interviews or learning some chants, do that. We've got 5 game weeks to go. Everything is written in the stars. It's written in our faith. You know, we need to fight with the players, using our voice, using our hope. Because this season could change from this to this. We could at the end of the season, we could celebrate a trophy. And at the same time, at the end of the season, we could also celebrate nothing. We got to be prepared for this. And if that's the case, next season we'll restart all over again. Regarding whether the players will leave, the manager will leave, the ownership will leave, we'll always be there, sitting on those blue seats at the Stadio Olimpico, spending money to watch this team. It's a cycle. And we've put ourselves in this cycle and we're fixed in this cycle. You know, I believe in these lads because they've shown me that they know how to fight. At the end of the day, we are at this stage, at time of speaking, Roma is wounded, but never forget that Roma is not defeated. We are wounded. We've got too many injured players. It looks impossible to achieve what we all want to achieve. But we're not defeated. We will bounce back. That's the way I see this end of the season. That's the way I see it. We can't let anything go. We can't let anything go. And again, fun fact, in fact, 2 years ago, Mourinho was appointed the manager. 4th of May 2021 with a surprise announcement. The history of these colours changed forever. You know, in 2 years, Mourinho brought everyone closer to Roma. He defended this team from enemies. He criticized it when he felt it was needed. He protected these players. He's made these players their children. He's improved it. He's raised the bar. Because ultimately his objective has always been make this team as big as him. Him as a person. You know, he gave us one of the most beautiful joys last season in the night against Feyenoord in Tirana, which, you know, became a party for weeks in the city of Rome. 2 years after his appointment as a manager, we've got a semi-final of a Europa League to play for and a top 4 race to fully enjoy in this area amidst the thousand of difficulties, injuries, nightmares. You know, at the end of the day, with Mourinho in charge, one thing which we learned is that nothing is impossible and nothing is too far away to actually get achieved. Thank you, Jose. Let's keep dreaming together. I thought I'd share that because, you know, there had been you listen to those post-match interviews yesterday. And he obviously said he was gutted about the result. He's building something insane in this team, and from the bottom of my heart, I really hope he stays. I really hope he stays. But yeah, back focusing on Saturday's game. I hope this little motivational speech made you more confident about it. Yeah, predicted 11. Let's move on to the predicted 11, and then I'll end the stream. I mean, there aren't any questions on this. There aren't even any doubts on this. Rui Patricio in goal. With all of these injuries, Cristante is going to shift back to the defense. Ibanez, Cristante, and Mancini at the back. Four midfielders are going to be Zalewski on one side, Spina on the other side, and Matic and Bove in the middle. Matic and Bove need an insanely good performance because, we've got Barella, Brozovic are very physical to carry on. Matic is going to be the centre of this game. And then I'm putting Pellegrini next to Solbakken and Tammy up front. You don't have any choices. The lineup is going to be this one. It's not a matter of me being wrong or right. It's going to be this. We don't have any options. So yeah. My only doubt is Solbakken. I don't really like Solbakken. I think he hasn't adapted well. So I would consider, and I'm not joking here, I would consider putting a youth player in, maybe like Volpato, maybe even someone younger who has no experience whatsoever. Throw him in. We're that desperate. We've got far too many injuries that we have to start exploring with the youth. Because I personally think, and again, this is not by any means not trying to undermine Solbakken. I think he's got a bright future ahead of him, but he's not adapted well. I personally think a young youth player would give more impacts than Solbakken in Saturday's game. Inter have got a tough defense to beat. I don't know. I don't know. Again, as I said before, it's easy to put our heads down, but we can't. We just can't. Stick together in this final part of the season. Really do. And I'm not gonna drag this any further. I think, as I said at the start, the rate of all these games is far too complicated for a team who lacks squad depth already. The same players keep on playing all over and all over again. They're gonna get tired, and all of that. But if we fight, I think we could steal something. It's the last chance. Give everything in this game. If we lose, go all in Europa League. If we win, then we gotta continue fighting on two fronts because everybody is so close together. Questions on Dybala and Gini. I don't think they'll start. In fact, it's confirmed that they won't start. Maybe they'll get a few minutes. But at the end, now at this stage, do we risk them? Because if they get re-injured, then we don't have them for Leverkusen. Yeah, and it's a tough calendar. It's really a tough calendar. Being realistic here, I think Roma is going to struggle to get 3 points from every single team remaining, starting on Saturday and even to the last game week at home against La Spezia. Imagine La Spezia's safety depends on that game. I think every single 90 minutes of these next few games, the 5 games in the league and the 2 games against Bayer Leverkusen, maybe, hopefully, one last game in the final, are going to be single-handed fights. And yeah. Yes. Sempre Forza Roma. I like Volpato, but I don't think he can handle the pressure. If we don't win EL, I think Jose will leave. Serie A officials and refs hate him, and Roma will suffer because of it. Yeah, let's. I think I will replace Solbakken with Kamara to overload the midfield. Problem is, Kamara's not as creative as Solbakken. So if you put Kamara in, maybe you shift Bove up, but then Bove is very physical. I don't know. I really don't know. I really don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna catch you tomorrow with more updates and all of that. If you haven't already, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, click all of the things below, and I'll catch you very, very soon. Always positive, always positive. Nobody here leave the stream negatively minded. Rewatch the stream. Rewatch it 20 times if you need. Be positive. Be positive. We go again. Simon, out.